Everybody, here we are back at the Tonopah Liquor Company in Tonopah, Nevada. We are the Whiskey 100 Club and doing our video series of Whiskey 100 Plays. This is one of our favorite games to play, Drunk Quest. We're doing a series of videos to explain how to play, and then we'll eventually get to maybe playing a few rounds, or maybe even a whole game so people want to see it. Today we are going to cover the monsters. There are two basic types of monsters in the original game. So, if you would like.
So this is your basic monster. It's the card's divided into, up in the top corner, you have how many drinks it's worth. You have to drink the total amount after it's gone around. We'll explain around in another video. You have to drink the total amount to defeat the monster. Defeat 6 monsters, you win the game. So it's divided in between the drinks and the treasures. So you get the treasures, you would draw the green cards, which we went over in another video, when you win. So this one's worth 4 and 3 starting out. All monsters also have a
effect?
An ability is a way to say it. So this one is Berserk. Players must take 1 drink before playing an action. So an action is, in our other video we explained what action cards are. They say action. Basically an action is anything that affects the monster as far as what you call an action card. You can steal it, because most steals are interrupts instances. Do not affect this because it actually says an action card. So the monster would go down, I would get a chance to play, everybody in this, we'll explain Circle in another video. But that's the basic breakdown of a normal monster, and then we have bosses.
So a boss, easily recognizable because it's red. The same thing, it's worth 8 drinks, oops, pardon me, 8 drinks, 3 treasures, kegerator here. Each player may, on your, we specify on your turn, but you can discard 2 treasures out of your hand and draw 2 more, so you can try to get some better cards.
Yeah, so basically you can do it once. If you do it ahead of time, you can do it ahead of time when the circle first opens. Just make sure that everybody does it. We do it on your turn because you don't have to do it. So you declare, it's easier to keep track. We declare, hey, I'm not doing this. I'm not discarding 2 cards to get 2. And we just make it's easier way to keep the game
And
flowing.
so the difference between a normal monster and a boss is that everybody's fighting a boss.
Yes.
So once the circle opens, at this point, everybody has 8 drinks, everybody has 3 treasures. So, as you can add more drinks to it. We didn't add drinks as we go for a shot.
Yes.
So everybody's going to drink whatever amount you end up with, and everybody's going to get that many treasures. So you can try to screw it over. You can get rid of all the drinks, get rid of all the treasures.
Yes.
Add it all up. I mean, we've had bosses where we got 12 or 13 treasures, and you're sitting there forever.
Yeah.
And so that's the basic 2 types of monsters. A couple of them will give you a level. I believe it's the worm. If you get 15 drinks, we'll give everybody a free level. But bosses are not worth a level by themselves unless it says so on the boss card.
There's a boss card that grants a level if certain requirements are met. Was it the Drink Dragon? I believe everybody gets a level if you're under level 3. The worm is 15.
And I think that's it actually.
I think that's the ones for the basics.
So, I mean, you might house rule it so that if everybody beats a boss, everybody gets a level, but it's going to make the game much shorter.
Yes, and we don't do that here. And so in the basic set, boss doesn't count as a monster. So on your card, if your card, like this one here, or no, not this one, the warrior, there's no reason to lock a boss because it's not worth a level. You can't steal it. Everybody's fighting it.
Don't bother
so
me.
your character ability is useless on that particular scenario. Some of the rings only affect bosses or monsters. Some will say bosses and monsters. If it doesn't say and in the original game, then it doesn't affect the boss itself because it will say boss. We have a house rule saying that any card can affect bosses or monsters regardless of what it says.
Basically, if it affects a monster, it'll affect a boss.
Yeah, it'll affect the boss too. Unless it specifically says cannot affect the bosses. Then we let that rule stay. But if it says monster, then we let it affect them in there. I think that's it for basically basic monsters and stuff.
I think next video maybe we'll cover a circle, what a circle is.
Yeah, we'll go into that's what we'll do. We'll get a circle. We'll get a couple of characters out, and we'll play a little round or explain what a round is. Thank you. Like, subscribe. Camera person, let's go.